often talk about fertilizing our turf grass and also our ornamental plants, but today we're going to talk about fertilizing our trees. Now, a lot of people think, do I need to or don't need to? But there's really 4 conditions that you should think about before you apply fertilizer to your trees. The first one is whether you've taken a soil test or not. A soil sample is a great way to get an assessment of what is going on in your soil. If you didn't take one last year, I would highly recommend do it this year, and it will provide you with a reading of the fertility that's in your soil, and your local county extension office can help you determine how much fertilizer to apply to your trees and whether it's needed or not. The second factor to consider is the growth of the tree. Has the tree been declining over the last season? Are the branches starting to die back a little bit more? Maybe the leaves aren't quite as large as they should be. These can be factors of lack of fertility, but they also can be symptoms of other problems such as disease or insects, or it could also be due to root compaction and soil compaction. So really the best thing to do is to talk with your local county extension agent about those symptoms that you're seeing on the tree to identify first what the true problem is before you go throw fertilizer on it. The third factor to consider is the age of the tree. If it's a large, mature tree, such as we have here, and it's been growing just fine in the previous seasons, then it probably doesn't need additional fertilizer. However, if it's a younger tree that you just recently planted or transplanted, then it would benefit from some additional nutrients. The fourth factor to consider is the location of the tree. Is the tree located in a flower bed or in a shrub bed? In that case, you might want to fertilize it. If it's located in a lawn area where you're regularly fertilizing your lawn all season long, then it'll benefit from that lawn fertilizer and you don't need to fertilize it additionally. In the springtime, trees go through an initial growth period. So by applying the fertilizer now, they're going to have that nutrients available to them to really take it up and grow. Also, by applying it in late winter, early spring, there's going to be less competition. So the trees will have more accessible to their roots versus some of the other plants taking up that nutrients. Now, if you have taken a soil test, you might find that you need a complete fertilizer that's nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. But most soils in Oklahoma just really need nitrogen. And that's what we've identified here at the Botanic Garden at Oklahoma State University. If you have a large tree that you have identified does need fertilizer, then what you're going to do is you're going to, basically, if it's just nitrogen, you can do a surface application. Nitrogen is very mobile in the soil, so by applying it on the surface, you want to apply it under the tree canopy. Now, in order to determine how much fertilizer you need to put down, what you're going to do is look at the branches of the tree or the canopy of the tree. You're going to identify the length and the width of that tree canopy, and you probably want to add about 5 to 6 feet to both of those measurements. When you multiply the length times the width, that gives you the area of your root zone. And that's going to be the area that you need to fertilize. So for a nitrogen application, a surface application will do because nitrogen is mobile in the soil. If you have identified that you need to apply phosphorus and potassium as well, then you want to actually incorporate that into the soil because it's a little bit less mobile. In order to do that, this is a bulb planter and it works well. You're going to come out about 3 feet from the trunk of the tree and make holes 3 to 4 inches deep. And you're going to do this every 2 feet underneath that canopy in the root zone area. And you'll apply your fertilizer into that hole, and so it's nice and spread out throughout the root zone for the tree to take up. For more information on how to fertilize your trees, check out this fact sheet.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.